I can't sit here and watch you kill yourself on Coors Lights and Adderall. I can't.
That was last week's.
Here we are again. Second night in a row.
Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
Yep.
Officials say the disgraced financier died by suicide. Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Officials say the disgraced financier died by suicide. Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Officials say the disgraced financier died by suicide. Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
For instance, the stupidest thing that I can remember in recent scientific history was the banning of LSD research in the 1960s.
Who said that?
Robert Anton Wilson. You ever heard of that guy? I'm sure you do. You've heard of Robert Anton Wilson, haven't you? Yeah. Is this on? Is this on, you punk asses? Can you hear my voice? You guys better be listening. Listen up. This anti-Semitism has to stop.
Stop hitting on Jeffrey Epstein, even though he fucked little kids.
I did a remix of... Oh yeah, check out this remix.
Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Officials say the disgraced financier died by suicide. Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Officials say the disgraced financier died by suicide.
I think that's kind of a good remix.
That's hot.
It's just we have to really look inside, and all these people have to. They find these white males, especially Jewish.
Well, the Jews, they think they're white, but they're not.
And then
Jews aren't white. It's a religion.
Yeah, it's a state of mind. Or is that wrong too?
I don't know anymore.
I would rather, if I was part of a religion, because I think if you do talk to a majority of Jewish people that are openly Jewish and that they're easy to talk to, they would actually say that it's a state of mind. It's just you just know.
Well, let me tell you about Jews.
Go ahead.
Jews created most of the good things we have in the world. And some of the bad things.
Did they create the internet?
Jews created penicillin.
Oh, serious?
And AIDS.
They created both?
Yeah.
I didn't know they created AIDS. I thought a monkey in Africa did.
Some people think so. The Africans think so.
So we were supposed to have like a few people on the podcast today. Steve Caballero, we're giving him like 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes is up, I'm gonna openly be candid about his flaking.
He's on probation.
He's gonna get docked his $5 an hour pay. Well, that's if he's a top podcaster.
Well, we have an offer. If you think you're a good podcast, we'll pay you $5 an hour. Just sit in one of these chairs that's empty right now. So put a $sign on that chair. Can we edit that in? Can we edit some $signs on those chairs?
Hell yeah. They have to. So like I posted something on Facebook today. You can make some money at this.
Can we get Jack Black on?
Jack Black, anybody can do this.
What about Hacky Sack?
Who's that?
Jack Black.
He's a hacky sacker?
He's a total hack.
That 15 people read your blog.
I like this. What do you think of this
and
statement?
You're famous for those 15 people, and that is a democratization of fame. That 15 people read your blog, and you're famous for those 15 people, and that is a democratization of fame.
That's right? I think
15
that's where
people read
we're
your
kind of at.
Who said that?
This guy Momus. He's like an artsy guy.
He's a philosopher?
No, he's like a musician, art guy.
I feel like he got his butt kicked a few times.
Momus? You heard his music?
Because he's like, excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just need to
That sounds like your Woody Allen impersonation.
If 2 people read your blog, you're a success.
I believe what he said.
Everyone's a success.
If 16 people watch your YouTube channel, you're famous to those.
Why don't you give every kid a participation award who plays baseball? That's what he's saying.
Is that what he's saying?
If 2 people watch your video, you already made it. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian's getting 24 fucking million views on her blog.
Yeah, but also there's a woman with the exact same frame of Kim Kardashian, you know, breasts and hip size and ass, and she's getting spread eagle penetrated by 3 dudes at one time, and you get to watch for free on Xvideo or Pornhub. How about them apples? How does this world make any goddamn sense? What I'm trying to say. How does one girl get this and the other girl gets this, but none of them are complaining about their success?
Because they represent the mother figure,
The sacred mother,
the Mother Earth.
the Gaia principle.
Inanna.
Is that the Jewish name?
No, that's the Sumerian.
Sumerian name. Are Sumerians okay in
No one
Jewish?
says anything about them.
They're cool. They're older, right?
Yeah,
They're older than Jews.
they took some of it from them.
You know what my favorite Sumerian author is?
Is anyone anti-Sumerian?
Yeah, Does anybody hate the Book of Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh? Inanna and the Bodhi tree?
Who wrote Gilgamesh?
I don't know.
It's just called Gilgamesh, right?
Stephen King?
Stephen King wrote Gilgamesh and his pet dog.
His infinite wisdom. Stephen King, blessed be he, in his infinite wisdom. I think Allah did.
Muhammad.
Allah these nuts.
I think Malcolm X wrote it with his dick. Dude, I printed up about 8 of these. 8 of those posters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them all up.
Did anyone call you yet?
Dude, this guy Andres is supposed to be on.
Because of that?
Yeah, and so if he's late to work, even though I gave him elasticity, I said, hey, we're gonna be podcasting from 9 to 10:30. So,
Can we write him up?
like, what do you mean, like write him up, like
Say
as
this.
punishment?
Say this is a warning. You have to sign this paper that you were late to the podcast. But if you get another one, you might get fired.
Well, he just can't come up to me and ask for vacation time. That's all I'm saying.
He's getting a write up.
He's getting written up, and also he gets no vacation time when freaking Thanksgiving comes around.
He has to work on Thanksgiving.
He's working on all fucking Thanksgiving. I think all you have to do, all we're trying to do is enter into dialogue with nothing. My son keeps telling me, do you think you're ever going to be as good as Joe Rogan one day? And I said, I'm not playing the same game. I'm waiting for something to happen.
Well, do you see what happened with Joe Rogan?
What happened?
He got #1 trending
For what?
for Bernie Sanders.
Dude, you know what's funny about that Bernie Sanders thing? That shit was only an hour long.
He got 7 million views.
Really? It was only 1 hour and it was boring.
That was his biggest one so far.
I thought it was kind of boring.
Me too. He didn't argue with them.
He didn't do anything.
Where's these guests?
There they are. They're coming.
Wait, if I tell a joke, can you play that?
Yeah, go for it.
So I said to this guy who was in front of me,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, or I'll slap my nuts on your face. It works. Hey, what's worse than 3/11? 9/11.
Oh, you got applause.
Did you hear Adele's opening your taco stand?
Who?
Adele? The singer Adele?
What's it called?
Adele Taco.
I'd rather a robot laugh at my jokes than a human any day of the week.
What happens if you did a stand-up show with a laugh track?
Like you pushed it on your own?
We should get in the... I bet there's good money in making laugh tracks.
There is.
Because people always need a fresh laugh.
I don't believe anything's funny. Even though I just laughed a second ago. I can get myself in a state of mind like a surgeon does when they do a heart surgery, where I can execute insane surgery without laughing. Give me a scalpel and I can objectify all of reality and replace someone's heart.
You can do surgery on your consciousness.
Nothing's funny like this. Did you ever have to fight not laughing to be a good comic?
Yeah.
Is that like that's a huge exercise, right? In being a comedian.
No, because Adam Sandler laughed at his jokes and then he got famous.
Dude, I would laugh at anything when I was in high school.
Do you know what a guy did to me in high school?
What? He pantsed you?
Yeah.
He de-pantsed
Someone
you?
did that to me.
Did you have underwear on?
No.
You were butt naked underneath?
In gym.
In gym? You just had your like basketball shorts on? Yeah.
My dick was flapping around. It was, anyways, so I used to sit next to this guy in history, and then he goes, I sat in some gum, and he just took his nutsack out in the middle of class.
Yeah. I've had someone do that. I've had a buddy. Oh, actually, I had a friend do that. You want some gum? And then he would just tug it. He would just be able to stretch his scrotum out of his pants, and he could hold it like this.
Yeah, that's what that guy used to do.
Do you want to know the worst one? This is for real. So this is probably like when I was 15 years old. We go have a sleepover at my friend's house, you know, and like his parents didn't give a shit about anything. And so we just sneak out the window and walk around out in the streets for like till 4 in the morning. It was the best. It was like the funnest thing to do. Like if you're having like five friends, right? And you're just walking around the streets at night at 15 years old, just maybe jumping in the back of people's yards.
Were you tired?
No. I was excited that we were just gonna go out and go to weird back alleys and stuff.
You went to the Bash on Ash?
No. But dig this. So I was 15 years old. My buddy was like, do you want to smell the new Nautica cologne? I got the new Nautica cologne. I was like, oh, you do? I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, here, you want to smell it? And he put his finger up to my nose and he wiped. You know what was on his finger?
What?
He must have shoved up his fucking ass, dude. He shoved his finger up his ass and he rubbed it on my nostril. And even after the finger was gone, I still had shit in my nose.
Ugh.
Whatever it was shit. Shit was still on my nose. It must have had a turd on it. That shit isn't funny.
You know what
That's what everybody was doing when he did that to me. I wasn't laughing.
Okay, could you after I tell a story, could you play a last track?
Yeah.
So a few years ago, I wherever I went, I had to take a shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. So I would just go play some good bathrooms, basically.
Uh-huh.
But one time I was driving, I had to take a shit. Is by Camelback Mountain.
Yeah.
Is by that nice park.
Uh-huh.
Get ready.
Oh, okay.
And then it was in this park, and I ran to the bathroom in the park, but I couldn't make it to the stall, so I shit in the pee stall.
Like, weren't you kind of like disgusted with getting like chunks of pee on your butt when you hung your ass in that hole?
You know what's weird? It's like a metal one. It sort of looked like a...
Yeah, and that has pee chunks on it.
No, because...
Like pee corroded rust.
It got to the point where I didn't care.
I don't care anymore either.
You just want to get that stuff out of your system.
I think I'm gonna go out tonight and just try to meet new friends for my podcast.
I think we're going in the wrong circle because there's probably people who want to be on a podcast.
Well, it's just like everybody I go to, like, I think they don't want to be on my podcast, and in some way, I don't want them to be on my podcast.
Okay.
And just to let everybody out there know, if I asked you to be on my podcast, I kind of meant it. I kind of did.
Well, you know why people go out
Where?
anywhere?
Okay.
To get laid.
Dude, so I had to get him. I gotta get him laid on the. So I gotta change my ad.
No, you don't have to.
I gotta change the poster instead of $5 an hour. You get laid. If you're
No,
you want a
'cause
podcast, you can get laid.
No one wants to admit they go out to want to get laid. But if there's a chance that they could, they'll go there.
You're right.
So we had to create the
This possibility of getting laid
right. We
by
had to,
being on the podcast.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Because people go. That's why people go.
See, people look at us and they can tell we're not getting laid.
Yeah. So if
But then again, you ever look at those pickup artist guys? They don't look like they're getting laid.
yeah, but
I mean, I wouldn't lay them.
like mystery,
Yeah, Mystery, and then there's that other guy who did the book The Game.
Neil Strauss.
Yeah, Neil Strauss. That guy's a weirdo. Do you remember when guys used to wear shirts over their button shirt?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that
I
style?
used to do it.
You used to have a button shirt under your shirt.
Yeah.
What happened to that style?
Okay, there's a clip of Neil Strauss on the internet, and he's actually seducing Jessica Alba.
Oh, well, that's the one I just watched. Do you think he really seduced her?
Yeah.
What a loser. See, that's what upsets me about women.
And he said, "I'm going to seduce you," so she was skeptical. Skeptical.
Skeptical.
She was,
Spectacle.
and he did it anyways.
I don't think he's that good.
Or maybe he paid her to do that.
I think it's too bad that women are that easy. And that's actually a pickup. Did you know that?
The game.
No, like usually when you say like, you know, like you go up to them and you go, life sucks. And you act like a real depressive around them. And you're like saying, I was thinking about killing myself. Because nothing means anything,
Yeah.
including you.
They
And she
like,
leaves.
they like that.
And you say, I'm glad you're leaving because you're shallow and empty inside, just like me. And I don't want more of me around, so I'm glad you left.
Well, you know what the pickup artist says?
What? You gotta neg them hoes.
No, he said you have to insult them.
That's too easy.
You have to be like, yeah, I was gonna talk to you, but I don't like your lips. Something like that.
What about this one? I saw you from the back, and then I assumed you'd have some tits,
Yeah, like that.
but you're flat chested.
That's a good pickup line. Girls love that.
What about this one, Mike? You're not only flat chested, like you're even like you're just ribs up there. You just have ribs.
Yeah.
Like let's say if I thought you were the one, and I wanted to get you pregnant, how would you breastfeed these babies with your craters?
Say I don't think your hips could bear children.
I always go with this one, like you look like you're on your period.
Yes, exactly. This is all gold.
Yeah, it's too gold for me. Dude.
I hope guys are watching this because we're dropping some gold.
I know. I want some subscribers now. Eli told me what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up the videos and rehash them, like give good headliners.
How to pick up women.
Give great headliners.
How to pick up women.
Yeah.
That was the last one. If you ever want to talk to a random woman at a bar, just walk up to her and insult her.
If you ever want to talk to a random woman at a bar, go up to her and go, you wanna go do some speed?
Yeah, that works.
And if they say no, you're like, dude, thank God, because the last girlfriend I was with did tons of speed.
And then say.
But she could fuck really good. Do you think you could fuck real good, not on speed? That would be like, you must be a goddess. Are these good lines? You don't like any of those?
Because
like, wouldn't it be competitive to know, like, hey, I don't do speed, but I can act like I'm on speed.
Because if you once you portray that you're like
with somebody else you've been around.
No. Once you portray that you want them, then it's off.
Oh, got it.
Because it's like they'll move to the next one.
What about this one?
Because guys are like Rubik's cubes, and they're like, "Oh, I saw that one."
What about this? What about this pickup one? She's at the bar. You go out to her, and you say like, "I'm so sick and tired of dating," and I've been experimenting with masturbating.
You know what Tyson from Lost Leaf?
Yeah, what, he said that one?
No, he said something funny to one of the guys who was there.
What did he say?
He's like, he said, you're not gonna get laid because you've been masturbating for too many times a day. Girls can smell that shit.
Did he do it with a friend or this is a stranger?
Just like a regular there.
So he can smell masturbation on people?
No, the girls who...
Oh, he said this to a girl?
He said to a guy who's like always there.
Because I swear to God, you can smell when a girl's masturbating all day.
Really?
Yeah, they smell like a Go-Gurt.
Like Mountain Dew?
Like a Go-Gurt or like a water that's been sitting in your car for a year. You ever had a water bottle?
It smells like your trash can?
It smells like leftovers.
I guess he's hosing coming.
So you say like, hey, I've been experimenting with masturbating for a year, and I'm kind of enjoying it because I don't have to shower as much.
Because I just have to impress myself.
Yeah. They're like, I kind of like when cheese builds up around my ball sack. I think my ball sack starts turning some cheese.
And then I put it on my pancakes.
Make some butter down there. I kind of lube myself. If you don't take showers, oil just builds up.
I'm gonna start a new downtown restaurant called Nut Cheese.
Do you think it's gonna explode into the market?
No.
So there's this guy today who wrote a big essay on Facebook, and it dealt with the downtown art scene.
Oh, if this doesn't go through, wait.
I'm finding it right now.
You remember Pete's Chips?
Yeah.
That's Untapped.
Dude, we could really blow up there. We could still do the pinball machine tonight too. Pinball arcade. I was gonna go to Lost Leaf. I'm gonna catch a beat show. Probably all those people that hate me are gonna be there.
Ooh.
Just the kids, the millennials. Like they like to tell me who I can paint and who I can't. And I was like, man, when are you guys gonna go ahead and move to Portland? When are you gonna move to LA?
Well, the new spot is Iowa.
What's Iowa? The state?
Iowa.
What's Iowa?
The country. I mean
the state.
Yeah.
What's there?
It's the new Portland.
Really? For whites though.
It's cheaper.
But for whites though.
Yeah.
Portland could also
Black people aren't moving there.
Portland's kind of losing its whites. Like you could be any race now and move to Portland. You just gotta kind of be hip looking. Like you gotta have mean like tattoos every other place. Like you don't need sleeves anymore down there. You don't want tattoo sleeves. You just want tattoos kind of spotted all over your body.
Oh yeah, like a lot of girls have that now.
Yeah, and then like on your thighs, like random tattoos all over your legs.
I hate that.
Yeah, but to each their own.
See, for your tattoos, you put a lot of thought in them.
Yeah, but I would rather... Whatever.
It looks sick, man.
Thanks, bro. You know, the only people that comment on my tattoos are tweakers. They always come up to me like, should I ask for a cigarette or should I say, nice ink.
Whoa.
That's two things that tweakers come up to me with.
You get that?
You got any cigarette? You got smoke? Yeah, no. Or they'll go, hey bro, where'd you get your ink done? And you're like, I don't know, I forgot about it. I forgot I had it on my arm. But this tattoo right here, I got this like 20 years ago, or 18 years ago, and then it blurred out, and then I had to pay to get it touched up again.
Was that your ex-girlfriend?
Love? This one? This dark letter?
Yeah.
No, I never had an ex-girlfriend. I'm still dealing with my mom. I have mommy issues. My issue. The reason is I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But if I can get them inside, I can develop a codependent relationship, and I could torture a woman for a lifetime without even wanting to. It's just like my relation to my mother. You only have one mother.
Because they friend zoned you?
No, they don't friend zone you. They mother zone you. They start telling you what to do. They give you candy when you do
got
a
mom
good job.
zone?
Yeah, you know what mom zone is?
They buy you
You do chores, and then they give you allowance. Once you get that, it becomes a codependent relationship. It's just nothing but abuse.
And you're just like doing tricks for food?
Or you try to, or you do other shit like
You're like a little dog and they're
you
like...
do shit with your mom. You know what else you do to your mom? You go, I don't need you anymore. So you go out and show her that you're a man. You compete with your mom. You're like, look I'm a grown man. Look I got my own place. I do everything I want by myself. Christmas? Oh, I can't make it. I'm sorry. It's your birthday? Oh, hey, happy birthday. I'm busy right now. Sorry, I had to work.
Yeah.
And then you come there next weekend. And you're like, hi, anything in the fridge?
I used to do that.
Yeah, dude. I still do. Now my old man's getting so old. I have to be her like new adult. So now we're on equal ground.
You're the best adult there?
Shit. I gotta console her, dude. I'm a therapist, dude. I'm the worst therapist that money can buy.
Dang it.
That's saying a lot.
Wait, are your parents older?
To me?
Yeah.
They're 2 years younger than me.
Wow.
I was born in the future. No, my parents are like, shit, man, I don't know. Like, how old are your parents?
60?
They're both still alive?
Yeah.
That's a blessing. Mine are both still alive too. But I was just telling my son.
I don't talk to them.
You don't talk to him at all?
Sometimes.
What's sometimes?
Once every few months.
Oh, really? That you let that long go by?
Yeah.
You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
They give them attention, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you the black sheep?
Yeah.
Not to be racist or anything like that. You're still Jewish, while still being black. You're a black Jew. What are you gotta slaughter sheep, and you put it on the door, so that it's called the Passover.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
The matzo ball?
You're a massacred sheep for everybody's righteousness. Do you believe that? Do you believe you need to be sacrificed so that they can maintain their civil boundaries of organization? And do you believe that?
What?
That you had to be an outcast in order for them to maintain their order?
No.
You don't believe that it kind of works out quite nicely the way it is? Or do you miss them? Is this sensitive? Is this a sensitive subject?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, comedy usually is a great therapy for that.
We're getting too deep.
So I'm sorry. You need your pizza. Dude, my old man, guess what so my mom came over today. My mom came over to the house today. I could tell when she's upset. She comes over, and we're trying to get this dog from this shelter, right?
Wait, you bought that dog today?
But this is the thing, the lady that has the shelter, she needs to come to your house and make sure it's appropriate for the dog. So we spent all morning making this house look nice, and we're freaking out because she might not want to give us the dog. And I'm kind of wishing maybe she didn't give us the dog at this moment. I don't really like the dog that much. So anyways, we're running around doing this. My mom comes over.
So this just happened.
This just happened today. Yeah, this is contemporary. My old man bought a giant boat. He just had a stroke like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and he's afraid that he's scrounging for meaning at the twilight. Do you know what I'm saying? So he has a couple extra bucks. He buys a giant boat. He doesn't know what to do with it. He couldn't control. He can't even control a boat. But he's gonna try to think I know how to, or someone knows how to.
Dang it.
So he's going senile, and I'm thinking about calling my mom up and saying,
Can you return the boat?
after he's dead, probably. So we're trying to think about what we could slip in his food that give him a gentle cradle into his oblivion. What if someone came up to you and says, I want to give you that gentle cradle into your own oblivion, and if you let me, I will slip something in your food that will give you an oh so gentle rock into your sleep.
It sounds nice.
Does it? Because I was watching this movie Aladdin with the Will Smith, and I was doing this giant thing with my kids about wishes, and I actually was able to prove that every wish they had was actually a curse. Every wish, dude. I was able to talk them out of every wish they wanted. One of my daughters said she wanted 1,000 dogs. Right, that was her first wish.
1,000 dogs?
1,000 dogs. 1,001 dogs, Dalmatians. But 1,000 dogs, right?
That's such a kid answer.
I said, that's what I was trying to tell the kids. I go, your wishes are so juvenile, and it just shows your lack of thought.
But your dad, he'd wish for a boat?
My dad wished for a boat. He got a boat that he can't even take care of. You want to know what my wish was?
What?
Be a ghost. To never feel pain, to never desire, but to constantly loom over people's dramas.
Did you say my wish was to have 3 kids?
Shit. Yeah, my wish was to have 3 kids. That's a juvenile ass question. That's the most idiotic wish I've ever heard. That's up there with 1,000 dogs. I even asked my wife. I said, do you think that's a great wish? To never desire? Would that be to never desire to wish? My wish is to never wish, to never desire, to never hope, to never be persuaded into something other than what is. Is that a little deep?
Yeah.
That's some advanced Gnosticism. How deep did you go into the Judaic mysticism?
I went to the classes.
Bible, Torah,
The Orthodox classes.
Hebrew school.
After school.
After school. So what did you do? Read scripture?
They read
The Torah.
No, there's other stuff too.
The Tanakh.
It's called the. Keep naming them. It's called the Talmud.
Talmud. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like law,
Yeah.
but it's like irrelevant law. It's like if your neighbor had 5 camels, if your neighbor had 6 cows, and then one of the cows went on the fence, and he got chopped in half, who would own that cow?
Really? It would get that numerical, like
Yeah.
in moral weight?
Yeah, it's like stuff that you'd never have to worry about.
Is there right answers to these things?
Yeah. Because all the rabbis throughout history debated everything, and then they have like definitive answers.
God, man.
Like
there's a few rabbis that get excommunicated.
Like that guy Maimonides.
Yeah,
He's a rabbi.
yeah. Do you ever hear the writer?
And there's a guy named the Rambam. And there's this sect called Lubavitch.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, there's this guy there. His name was Rabbi Schneerson.
Mm-hmm.
and they thought he was the Messiah.
Is there only one Messiah?
Of everything.
Yeah, because Jews can't have messiahs.
That's the thing. They're basically Christians.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to have messiahs. Like, they only can have one, right?
When the Messiah comes, everyone dies.
Yeah. So Jesus is not a messiah.
Right.
But they can have prophets, though.
Yeah, but they thought that guy. Some people thought that guy was the Messiah.
What was his name again?
Schneerson.
And who publishes this? What organization?
Lubavitch.
Abovage? Is this like an offshoot mysticism type shit? Kabbalah thing?
They do that, but it's not the. They're like the most mainstream Orthodox people.
Did you ever read?
That's part of it, though.
You ever read up on Sufism?
No.
That's that like it's like Islamic. They take some Jewish stuff too.
I heard about it, but I don't know much about it.
It's such a hack job. It's just a bunch of self-help bullshit. Seriously. There's no. How about we put it this way? Whatever religion you have, if it didn't go through a war where a lot of people were killed, it's just bullshit. It's just some fun thing to do.
Well, like Scientology.
Scientology, they really go through a murderous war.
Well, what I'm saying,
of brothers.
I'm saying every religion starts as crazy, but then the more.
But they need a war to anoint it.
The more depth that these things have, the more true they become.
Yeah, that's why probably the truest religion right now is Islam. Even though in today's postmodern age, it sounds like an idiotic statement, but they are living. Some of the ones that are getting deeper into the orthodoxy are living life and death based on self-initiated prophecies without a higher editor. That's why the Jews have the highest hierarchy of command. They really do have a strict line.
But they were corrupt.
They're corrupt, but I mean better than the Catholics.
Not the Jews.
You don't think the Jews have the strictest format of belief system? You can't half-ass it, can you?
Yeah.
Really? There's a lot of half-assing?
You can't.
You got to go to Hebrew school at a young age.
You can't go to hell. You can do whatever you want.
What about this?
They don't excommunicate you.
Really?
Mormons do. There's a lot of religions that'll kick you out.
Well, Mormons also don't recruit, right?
Yeah, they do.
Jews don't recruit.
Yeah.
Jews do not recruit.
They don't want people to join it.
You either have to like some pussy or dick,
right,
and you can become a Jew.
You could take the class, but they don't go out of their way to get people into that religion.
Man, it's so lonely being at the top. Do you ever feel that way sometimes?
Yeah. I thought guests were coming on. That's why I came here.
No shit, I know. We were gonna try to do a repeat of last night.
And I was gonna do laundry.
You didn't do your laundry yet?
It's in it, but
shit.
It's not all the way done.
Well, dude, you can do your laundry.
It's done, but it's in the washer.
Oh, it is at your house?
It's in the dryer.
Let me see what else I got on here.
That the interpretation has an.
Oh, that's flat track.
That the
15 people read your blog.
I got that one.
Accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
For instance,
Oh, and this one.
That the interpretation has enormous power. People get burned about interpretation that witches are.
Who's that?
That is that's a guy that I'm. Did you ever hear of no. Did you ever hear of Werner Erhard?
No.
Never have? You ever heard of Est seminars?
No.
You heard of Scientology, right? So in the 70s, this guy was selling out stadiums, self-help stadiums.
Really?
He was the biggest self-help guru, pre-Tony Robbins, pre-Deepak Chopra.
What happened to him?
He's still alive, dude. He's doing his thing.
Did he get exposed?
They tried to, but then he just rebranded himself. He's fine.
Did you hear about Yuri Geller?
Who's that?
He's like Israeli magician.
What happened?
He was huge in the 70s.
You want another beer?
Nah, I'm good.
Alright. I'm an alcoholic, so. I'm trying to be one, actually. I'm trying to be an alcoholic.
I don't have the whole story there.
Yeah, so keep going.
I just know he got exposed somehow and then he lost his fame.
The best thing you can do is if you're talented, you know what real talent is? Losing your fame. That's real talent. How do you lose fame? Lose fame. Can you do it? So like I was researching Shia LaBeouf.
You fade into the background again.
How do you do it?
Get buried in the news cycles.
Yeah. You can disappear anywhere. I know plenty of places to disappear, but you know what?
There's no
an
reference.
there's addiction. There's an addiction to fame. You think so?
Yeah.
So I was researching Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf? Do you know him?
Yeah.
He put a bag over his head and said, "I'm not famous anymore." But he went to the red carpet with it.
Yeah. It was just an art piece.
He knows he's not good at what he does. I feel bad for him.
Well, he actually started out as a comic
Really?
when he was 12.
He has stand-up?
Yeah, he's a really good comic.
No shit. There's some videos of him?
Yeah.
Because you know who is the worst comic? Jimmy Fallon. What a cornball. That guy did the most whitewashed comedy.
He's an impressionist.
Like Monet and Degas.
Yeah. Well, you remember that girl Amanda Bynes?
No. She
went-
was kidnapped.
She went crazy.
Body was cut in a million pieces.
No, she was like on Nickelodeon, and then she went crazy.
Okay.
She was a comic too when she was 12.
What kind of jokes can you tell at 12 years old? Like chicken cross the road?
No, she was like, my teacher wanted me to do my homework, but I didn't want to. And she's wearing like a Tweety Bird shirt.
On the Mickey Mouse show? Or
No,
what?
it was at a comedy club.
Really? You know who I don't think's funny? I watch Joe Rogan podcast and never laugh. I watch every Joe Rogan podcast. I don't laugh once. You know who I was laughing at recently? The podcast last night. There was this guy Eli Kluger. He did a Al Pacino impersonation. I almost peed myself.
Can you make a clip of that?
Totally. Oh, and then he did an Adam Sandler impersonation. I almost choked on my own spit.
Okay, I was trying to look for that. Do you know where it is on the podcast?
Your impersonation?
Yeah.
I need to check what the exact minute.
Because I was gonna make a
It's at 69 minutes.
Okay.
And then you said Malcolm X 69 minutes in.
Was it before that joke or after?
It was before it.
All right.
Oh, you didn't listen to the whole podcast?
I was trying to find. Yeah, I listened to most of it.
Is there anything wrong with being your own fan? I mean, if you look back, like say you watch a bunch of other videos, right, and then you see your video, correct, and you go, I like mine. It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I think people need this right now.
You know what's funny though?
What?
Not funny, but it's not. I was writing a lot, right? And I would hate my writing so much. Like I'd spend hours and hours writing, like novels, and I'll just be like, "This is all shit." But then I'll see my impression like that, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's pretty funny. I like that."
So you don't like your writing, but you like your acting. You like your
Yeah.
acting. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get people to read your shit?
And then I'll sit through my writing. I'm like, this is the worst shit I've ever read anything. I can't believe I wrote that shit. And then I'll watch a little clip of myself, and I'll be like, oh, that was funny.
Yeah, I believe it.
But why am I self-critical with the writing, but I'm not with the joke telling?
Well, we can go through that. That's pretty easy to figure out. You may be confused between your frustration of liking, and it may just be you're exhausted with trying to understand yourself through writing. Where when you're acting, it's there right in your face.
Like the impression.
It's a punch. It's a punch. It's a punch line. Where if you're trying to develop these characters and these stories, and you start noticing yourself sounding pretentious or contrived,
Yeah.
It's not in the moment. Okay, now we can go to this. Now this is for everybody. I mean, I don't know anything, but I'm just gonna go work through it through my own honesty. Poetry, if it's good, should be a punch line. It should have the moment of its arousal.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, poetry sounds so. 99.9% of poetry out there is contrived, pretentious fabrication of your temper tantrum.
You're saying it should catch you off guard.
It should be in the moment. All of a sudden you're here. You should reflect on your meaninglessness and how bad you're trying to be meaningful.
So you're like snow falling on a winter's edge.
Yeah, or
a teardrop falls from my eye.
a chicken by a wheelbarrow. You remember that William Carlos Williams poem?
No.
Red chicken by a wheelbarrow.
You know what my favorite poem of all time was?
What?
Tiger, tiger, burning bright.
William Blake.
Look at your fearful symmetry. Yeah, William Blake.
That's a goodie. I think he was anti-Semitic, actually. That's
Really?
too bad you like that guy.
He drew the Bible.
Dude, that guy was hella anti-Semitic.
That's alright.
He's about as anti-Semitic as Ezra Pound.
And T.S. Eliot,
Yeah, he was anti-Semitic. You're right.
The Wastelands.
Yeah, that guy was all those assholes. Which is kind of sad because you know who's the only.
You know who else was anti-Semitic?
Who?
Ronald Dahl,
Oh, no shit.
the BFG.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Spielberg made a movie of that.
No shit. Did he have little attacks on Ronald Dahl?
No, he's like, I'm separating the work from the.
Oh, that you know what that is? That's transcendence.
And I guess the guy from Tintin,
Oh, really?
Herg,
These are all Jew haters?
and then Spielberg made a movie about him too. About Tintin.
I tell you what, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, speaking of Jew hater, this is a really interesting story.
Yeah, go for it.
It's about Stanley Kubrick.
Uh-huh.
Stanley Kubrick's wife, her uncle was Hitler's #1 propagandist.
Really?
So Hitler's in-laws were not, or Kubrick's in-laws were Nazis,
I believe it.
and he had to eat dinner with them.
But you know who they were
And
killing?
he was Jewish.
But you know what?
I forgot to say that Kubrick was Jewish.
But you know what Jews they were throwing in those concentration camps, right?
No.
They were lower middle class or even low class.
They were all of them.
Freud. I mean, all the famous ones seem to be able to get a boat or a car out of
He
there.
got out of there. Yeah, maybe you're right.
And
I don't know.
and even the ones, even the rich ones that were so blindsided by what was going on. You know Heidegger, the philosopher Heidegger, and Hannah Arendt. These are great philosophers. They had a love affair. Heidegger was Nazis' #1 philosopher.
Okay, wait, was he Jewish?
No,
There's a guy.
Heidegger was German. He was a German. You know what he was? He was like with those yodeler guys. You know those overall the suspender guys. You know, wooden shoe
Oh,
like
yeah.
Northern Germans.
There's a guy, and he was Hitler's doctor.
Yeah.
His name was fuck, I forgot his name. But he was the guy who got Hitler addicted to like methamphetamines.
Really?
Let me find out his name, but
Well, this is my prophecy. I think the only people that can get us out of this PC culture is And mark my word, this is just. What do you think, Eli? The only person that's gonna save this world right now, in this politically correct world, this cancel culture, this millennial idiocy, this like hatred of the Mexican, hatred of the blacks. You know the only person that's gonna save us?
Who?
A fat Jewish woman.
Who?
That's gonna deny her own Jewishness. Do you know any fat Jew comics? Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
It's gonna save everybody.
She's not fat anymore.
She's Jewish though, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that thing she did where she had a bunch of this is the greatest of Jewish comedy. Did you ever see that photo op she did for GQ or
Where she was Hitler?
she was Hitler, but she had a bunch of Jewish gingerbread men,
No.
and she's putting them in an oven.
Oh God. You know who else dressed like Hitler and everyone loves though?
Who?
Mel Brooks.
Was he Jewish?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel Brooks totally Jewish.
But he always dressed as Hitler and people loved him for it. They didn't even give him shit.
Is Charlie Chaplin Jewish?
No.
Not at all. Where'd he come from? Is he Russian or Polish?
I don't know. I think he's British.
He's a British guy?
Yeah.
He looks darker, dude. He looked like he could be Italian.
Well,
he looks like more
They
Mediterranean.
both had that mustache at the same time.
I should look into that.
No, he spoke out for Jews, but he wasn't.
I lived in England for 6 months of my life.
Okay, there's this guy named Theodore Morel.
Okay.
He was this quack doctor. He used to use leeches and everything
They all used leeches back then.
in Germany.
Yeah.
And then Hitler had like pain, right?
Yeah.
He had like a lot of medical problems. He didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
So he went to Theodore Morel and he did it somehow. And he'd always give like Hitler these wacky prescriptions.
Okay.
But eventually he started giving him meth,
Yeah.
like a meth cocktail,
Okay.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Hitler got addicted to all that shit.
He became he became a rapper.
Yeah, basically. And all of Hitler's inner circle didn't want Theodore Morel around.
Okay.
And they were like, that guy's a quack. But Hitler kept saying, no, he's the number one.
He makes the best cocktails in town.
Yep. And but anyways, a lot of people say he died because of Theodore Morel got Hitler addicted to all that stuff.
On purpose?
And there's debate, in Time magazine it says when Theodore Morel died, it said Hitler's Jewish doctor.
That's awesome.
And he looks Jewish too.
That's pretty cool. But anyways, back to this whole fat Jewish woman. Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. They just found they found powder. They get these things in powder. Yeah, man, it's all like, you know how drugs are made, right? You know when water drips on a pan, it creates saltine like stalagmites.
Yeah.
That's all drugs are. Stalagmites and stalactites. Did you know that? All drugs come from stalagmites and stalactites. It's condensation of minerals, and then you give it to somebody.
So before Hitler died, he had a tremor,
Okay.
and they were trying to hide it. Like when he shook their hands, he was going like that.
Yeah. Nerve endings were fucked
But
up.
they tried to end it. But like right when he died, they say he was a mess. He would die anyways.
His nervous system collapsed.
Yeah.
He was reaching singularity. Actually, what was going on?
But imagine being so powerful that the whole world wars would collapse based on you. Based on your health.
What about this?
What happens if that guy didn't do that and Hitler, he would have won?
There is no winning. Do you win when you have sex? Maybe, I guess. But you still know the
Yeah,
day.
you win. You win kids.
Well, this is the thing. Hitler mounted certain things, and then he mounted the next thing, right? And then he tried to reach an ultimate mount, and he dismounted and got 0 scores.
So when
he died.
in World War I, Hitler he was a war hero. He got shot, and a Jewish guy saved him.
Yeah.
But also, when he was trying to be an artist, there's a lot of Jewish people in that world, our world, and they always denied that, like, he was a decent artist, like he wasn't bad, but they would be like, your work is shit.
He wasn't a good painter.
But if you look at it, it's not bad.
Yeah, but everybody was that good at painting back then, if he took it up.
So he went, yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of people would take up landscape painting. It would, like, there's nothing else to do, dude.
It's like Bob Ross.
Like, think about this, Eli. Back then, people needed to work.
It was a trade.
Some people had a trade. Some people had time. Some people then had time not to have a trade. Do you follow this?
Yeah.
And that's where they fucked around with art. They got into theater. They did landscape paintings. Yada yada. They designed buildings. If you were poor, or if you're a working class person, you didn't have time to do this shit. Karl Marx wrote socialism. You know where socialism came from? From the aristocrats. It did not come from the bottom up. The only thing that comes from the bottom up? Rape. That's it. If you're poor and you have a revolution, you rape. Period.
Well,
Now, not sex trafficking, not the rape that Epstein did, or
let me say this: in the animal world, there's not a word for rape.
Yeah, it's just called
nature.
Dealing with nature. But what I'm trying to say is this: when you have leisure and idleness, you develop these fantastic theories of utopia. That's all there is to it. Like, even if it's fantastic ideas, like what we're like trying to say right now, like we're all one. Democracy. You know where democracy is developed out of?
Greece.
Idleness. Yeah. But this is another thing. What kind of slavery do they have in Greece?
They used to fuck kids there.
But what kind of slavery do they have? Where do they develop their idleness from? How are all these Greek men hanging around just talking about nothing?
They created.
Where did they get that much free time from?
They created government.
But who was farming? Who was bringing this great gyros into the fucking Palisades? Where was all this great bread coming from?
The workers.
And we don't really hear too much of them in Greece. Potters. It is possible there was utopianism in these old Greek areas. Egypt was giant capitalism, hierarchies of kings and servants. But no one talks about that. If anything, Afrocentrism always romanticizes Egypt, which is the greatest American civilization known to man, that was founded upon not retribution but slavery in its finest. Did you know this?
Yeah.
To this day, there's African-centric scholars that romanticize Egypt, and they never talk about the slavery.
That's a
in
good
Egypt.
point.
This will go back to our first podcast.
And you know who were the slaves there?
Who?
The Jews.
The Jews. Exactly.
I never played that card that I was a slave.
Do you know what my blood is? Armenian. Did you know that?
They had Armenian genocide.
Yeah, my grandfather got out of there.
Well, that's what Kardashian is.
Yeah, look at. Did you ever see that painting I did of Kim Kardashian? Do you remember this selfie she took in the mirror when she's butt naked and it got over the internet? It got leaked. I did a painting of that and I said, "Remember the Armenian genocide," from Kim Kardashian.
Oh God.
And then I drew a penis on her. Guess who bought it? This Mormon artist out in Tempe.
Huh.
I wonder if he's bought it to when I become famous, he's gonna blackmail me with it. That did pass through my head.
Why do you like that so much?
He doesn't, I don't think. I looked at his taste. He had good taste. Oh, shit, man. Let's see what we got here.
Come here. The bot.
Is there anything you want to tell?
We hit the hour mark.
We hit the hour mark. We can keep going.
We never can get the last second that just passed back ever again. This is the end.
My only friend.
The end of everything that stands. The end.
Do you remember when Jim Morrison?
I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you
Go.
Can you picture what will be so limitless and free? Desperately on a desperate land. The end. Father,
Yes, son.
why did you kill me? On a school bus, we got a school bus.
You got it. And then he says something like, "Mama, I wanna fuck you all night, baby.
I wanna."
Real quick. Did you ever meet these people that kind of like? I mean, I'm sure you have. I don't know what kind of person you are, but did you ever meet some of these people like, fucking Jim Morrison's a poser?
Yeah, I don't know.
You never met these guys? What do you feel about Jim
He's
Morrison?
a poet.
He's a poet. But they're like, what about this one? I have met other guys too, like, he's not really that good of a poet. Not like Bob Dylan, that is.
He's
or
like-
Jack Kerouac.
He's like, they're like Al Qaeda.
These guys?
Because
These haters?
they just hate whatever's most popular.
They're like, if you were to ask me honestly, Jim Morrison was more of a... He had an anxiety issue. He was fighting bouts of depression, and he was kind of like a hack thespian performer. Do you know anything about the German avant-garde at the time, or the French avant-garde? They were experimenting with far more, how do I say, postmodern, anti-modern approaches to art and interpretation.
I never heard those guys.
Oh, well, I was making that shit up right now, but I've heard guys like that.
Huh.
We're like, dude, you don't like Light My Fire? What about
Come
that?
on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on. LA Woman's pretty good.
Dude, that whole album's pretty awesome. When he did it, when he was on his whole blues trip,
If Tarantino wanted to make a real movie,
he'd do a remake, a reboot of The Doors.
no, you know what he should have did?
What do you think his 10th movie's gonna be?
He's gonna redo JFK assassination.
Are you serious?
But he's gonna tell in his own
Is
way.
that leaked? Is that leaked? Are you serious?
Yeah, and he's gonna have like JFK survive.
He's gonna have Kevin Costner play JFK?
No, what he's gonna do is, when the bullet's about to hit his head, he's gonna do a Matrix, and JFK is gonna like go backwards, and then he's gonna like,
Yeah, sure.
he's gonna have a gun in his back pocket. He's gonna shoot Lee Harvey, and then I don't know. No, I was kidding. I don't know. He's gonna redo Abraham Lincoln's assassination.
I think
It's gonna be Star Trek.
if Quentin Tarantino does his last deal, you know what he should do?
Kill Bill 3.
No, I think it would be awesome if he did a Three's Company.
Come on, knock on the door. Come on, knock on my door.
Remember Three's Company?
Yeah, I used to watch it.
What if he did a 6-hour movie of Three's Company? Wouldn't you watch this if Quentin Tarantino did all the dialogue?
With Jack.
It's all sexual and innuendo Quentin Tarantino.
He had to
movie.
become gay to live with them.
Seriously, Tarantino, what was Tarantino's first movie? Reservoir Dogs? Is that right?
Yeah.
Which is nothing other than To Save a Mockingbird type movie. Would you agree?
To Kill Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
How so?
Multi-characters. It's like a jury duty thing. Everybody's trying, they're in a room.
Like 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, who's did that one?
I don't know.
He did 4 Rooms. You remember 4 Rooms? He didn't license that one, right? He just wrote it, right?
I think 4 different directors
Did
it.
4 Rooms.
He was one of them.
So
No, you know what? In all honesty, you know what he should do?
what?
know how he never did a sequel
To what?
to any of his movies?
Kill Bill 2.
Well, that was just one movie, but he cut it in half.
Is that considered one movie for him?
Yeah.
Kill Bill 1 and 2 is one whole nugget?
Yeah.
In his 10, in his supposed 10?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, he should do Pulp Fiction too.
He just might.
Just blow everyone away. Just make a sequel to your best movie.
Do a Pulp Fiction reboot, do the exact same movie again,
Like Psycho.
with different actors. And better special effects.
Get hotter chicks.
What chicks were in that one?
Michelle Pfeiffer? No. She was in Batman.
Yeah, man. Anyways, love your mother.
If your dad buys a boat, just sail it for him.
Shit. You know, the boat's so big. It can't be driven on the road.
Where does he keep your boat?
He has to keep it in his backyard. He scraped it against the side of the house when he brought it in the back of the house.
Well, your dad worked hard for that money, so he could spend it how he wanted.
Ain't that the truth? If he wants to buy a bunch of C4 and blow up a fucking government building, that's up to him. I think that's what any of these old fuckers should do. I don't know why all these young kids are fucking shooting up everybody. If anybody needs to shoot up a bunch of fucking innocent people, it should be old fucking bigots.
Why?
Cause they're gonna die soon and this fucking world's going to shit. These young kids, this is what pisses me off. And this is gonna be a closing statement.
Wait, you remember when everyone shot someone up? It was only in post offices?
Yeah. I'm going postal, motherfucker.
But now it's everywhere.
Now everybody's postal.
They don't do post.
Because of the fucking internet.
The post office people don't shoot each other up anymore.
Dude, exactly. What's up with these fucking young kids? I don't believe any of this shit. Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. There's some fucking programming going on. Because there's times when I'm sitting in my room by myself and I can feel a bacteria burrowing away at my brain to try to get me to do things I don't want to do.
Is that Wi-Fi?
I don't know what it is, but I can feel it because I'm a sensitive person. Do you ever believe that?
No.
You never believe there's like some weird bacteria eating away at your brain and it's gonna tell you to do some shit you don't want to do?
No.
Never. The first thing you have to do is admit the problem. That's the first way of recovery. I'm scared for you, Eli. Love your mother. Fuck your father. Kill your mother. Listen to Jim Morrison. Dude, none of you guys fucking came. Fuck you. Fucking done. This is really the last podcast. I swear to God. Check, you punk ass motherfuckers. That shit too loud. That shit too loud on your headphone. Is that shit too loud on your headphone?